Well, the Toronto Blue Jays even up the World Series against the LA Dodgers, and as great as Shohei Ohtani was, he came back to earth. He pitched like he was a tired man. He went last this. He did have 6 strikeouts, but he gave up that big old pitch to Vladimir Guerrero, who, by the way, a lot of people, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., a lot of people I've forgotten how great this guy is. This guy came up big. He's been hitting a lot of home runs himself. Obviously Shohei Ohtani didn't been clowning out there, putting on the show, but Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is like, hey, don't forget about me. The series is now even up at 2. Toronto found it in their heart and their mind to muster up to win this and even up the series to 2-2. And after that long marathon game Monday, they came back. Dodger bats were pretty quiet, and there was no Freddie Freeman heroics. There was no Shohei Ohtani going crazy. More importantly, they're keeping Mookie Betts off the base pass. So very impressive win by Toronto. They came back. The pitching was on point, and they did what they had to do. Make no mistake about it. I said this series goes 6 to 7 games, regardless of what happens. These are very evenly matched teams. The firepower is very much there. The Blue Jays are very much going to be a problem. And you're going to have to play all the way. You're going to have to really, bring it. No one's going to have a rollover. No one's going to roll over in the hay and, not finish up. So very impressive, to say the least. They got off. The Dodgers took 1-0 lead, but Guerrero hit the 2-run shot in the third inning, and they never looked back, and their pitching held up. And the key was they've not allowed Mookie Betts or any of them to scatter around. That's the key. Of course, this is a kind of series. It's like a seesaw, so, but we're going to have a game in Toronto definitely Friday night for a fact. I ain't really that surprised. I didn't think the Dodgers were going to be able to just run them out because, again, these teams are pretty evenly matched. This is a heavyweight fight. You're getting the best of both teams. You're getting teams that know how to make adjustments. The pitching is top tier. The hitting is top tier. And after a wild game, which was 2 games in one the other night, it was just a matter of, can you stand up on your feet? What can you do? Now, there's always the pivotal game 5. But one thing about baseball, I don't put a lot of stock on home field or anything like that, because if you do that, you can get your feelings hurt. These teams are like a seesaw. One could win one could win the next. I don't put a lot of stock. And it's hard to sit there and say, oh, so-and-so's got momentum, because momentum is like the wind. It can blow one way or the other. But don't count Toronto out. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. can bust your behind, and they're going to show you how. This is what the Blue Jays do well. Now, losing Springer was a big deal, but make no mistake about it. Toronto's very much capable of running the tables. They've been the best team in the American League, and this is a hard-fought series here. This is not something that you can just sit, It takes nothing away from what Ohtani's done thus far and what he's accomplished and all that. But the Dodgers, collectively have to be prepared that, hey, anything goes against this. This is a battle, and it's going to be a battle. So be ready for more. Get ready for more. But a very impressive comeback for Toronto. Freddie Freeman's home run could have been a bone-crushing experience for them, but these guys, you got to remember, it's the game next. Next man up, get your rest, do what you're supposed to do, and be prepared. Don't roll over, don't fall over, So we'll see what happens. It's exciting series, though, because you just don't know who's going to have the momentum from one game to the next. But, for the people who've been forgetting, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has been balling. He is just as important as anybody on that field, and he's got the kind of pop in his bat and what he can do to lead the charge back where they could be, so could win it. So, hey, don't sleep. But very impressive by Toronto. I mean, that could have been a real backbreaker after how that whole thing went down with Game 3. Stay tuned. But now the series is tied 2-2. And it is just now getting started. Now it's the best of 3. And it's going to be very compelling who finishes up now where we are at the halfway point. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and share the video if you like. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm my one time. Peace.